David Ryder, U.S. Mint Director, resigns, and we've got a new sheriff in town. Hey guys, it's Ben the Coin Geek with some breaking news from our news desk. First of all, before we get started with this story, just a reminder that if you enjoy what we do here and you appreciate the effort we put in, consider liking, sharing, subscribing, and commenting. All of those things kind of help the algorithm, help other people find us. Also, if you didn't know, there are membership options at the end of the video. There's a little Abraham Lincoln icon. Click on that and you can find out more. So without much of any fanfare, this man resigned from his position as the U.S. Treasury Department Director, David Ryder, and I will say that it's a thankless job, right? I mean, we all pick on the guy, and then John Feigenbaum from the Gray Sheet had some nice words to say about him because he's met him several times, and of course I appreciate that because this really makes the point that of course this guy he's a human being like the rest of us. We shouldn't pick on him too much, but as we all know, we've had some ups and downs with our good friends at the U.S. Mint when it comes to product production. Product design, which is something that I think I would complain about a little bit more heavily. Product concepts, also something that I would complain about a little more heavily probably than most people. And but of course the website. And it kind of begs the question, why is he resigning? Was it just all of our pressure out here in YouTube land? Did they find out he voted for the wrong guy? I shouldn't make fun of that, but that strikes me as something that actually happens in Washington, and I'll tell you why. Because we're introduced to Miss Allison Dune, who is the acting director, and so we don't know if she's going to be there very long or what have you. But I just want to say that they have her bio on here, and you guys be as cynical as you want about this stuff. I'm not. Okay. Let's see. So she has been the CFO for the Department of Ed, the CFO for the Department of Energy, the CFO for the General Service Administration, Deputy CFO for the IRS, Deputy Assistant Administrator for the DEA. Yes, and she served as the Deputy Staff Director for Management at the Federal Election Commissions back from the 90s to the early 2000s, late 90s to the early 2000s. So what does this all mean for you, the collector? Well, of course, we don't really know. But so what I wanted to do today with this video, other than just announcing David Ryder's resignation and Allison Dune's current status as interim or acting director, we're going to play If I Ran the Zoo a little bit here. And so what I want you guys to do is think about if you could change just one or two things about the Mint. Okay, what would they be? And I'm actually going to take the website off the list because the website's just too easy, and they know they need to fix it, right? So let's talk about the things that I would change immediately day one. If I come in, I'm Allison, and I have the power to just like whoop, change it. First of all, reopen your call centers, please. I have a lot of collectors who do not use the internet, who are unable to for whatever reason, and they have always relied on buying U.S. Mint products via phone call, and they cannot. Every time they call, they get hung up on. This, to me, is just a combination of a travesty and silly. There's really no reason to not have a call center open where you can help people out who are unable to use the internet. Oftentimes it has something to do with their vision or something else along those lines. And so placing a phone call would be very helpful. So that is the first thing on the list. Secondarily here, as I drop my notes again and again, I think that having some type of a consistent order limit would be nice for all the products that the Mint keeps making. Over the last 18 months, every product has had a different limit, and it's really been odd. It really has. And I know this is a dance that collectors do with the Mint products because, if the U.S. Mint decided that they wanted to go ahead and make all products to order and say, look, these products are available for sale for 2 weeks, however many get sold, and after that, no more. right? That may be some way of gauging demand differently, but you also have demand met instantly, which means, there's none of this hocus pocus, really high prices on the back end. And as much as collectors complain about that, there's a ton of us out there who clearly like it because we're all frenzied going after these coins, and there's a lot of flip artists in there, right? So guilty as charged. I will buy new mint products to resell them when they come out, and I've done that in the past. And so it's actually one of the driving motivators for a lot of people. If everyone knew that no product that came out would ever have a secondary market demand, what would that do for the product? Well, they'd make less of them. So, but maybe the product would actually be worth more in the long term instead of less, because currently the products go up in price and then they come back down, right? So I would open the call center. I would try to make some consistency out of the order limits. I would change the bulk purchasing program completely to whatever they just did, and I would make it absolutely community friendly. And what I mean by that is, I would go back to the old school, which it has not been for probably, I think, 15 or 20 years, maybe even longer. Try to get brick and mortar shops involved. Go to these guys and say, hey, here's our products. This is normally a $40 product. We're going to sell it to you guys for $30. You can order X amount and no more, no less. This is, this is however it works. Because there is no incentive for anyone in the coin market other than these mega corporations to support the US Mint. You've basically completely eradicated the middle class. By the middle class, I mean me. And what I mean by that is most brick and mortar guys are not these mega companies. We're not filthy rich. We have a shop to operate. And I don't dislike mint products. There's no reason for me to ever order them or support the US Mint, because everything is either direct to the consumer or direct to the bulk purchasers. So, but the bulk purchasers don't speak for the collectors like the average coin shop does. I mean, the average coin shop is where collectors actually go to be in the coin community. So absolutely, I would completely change the ABPPPPP program, whatever they call it nowadays. That's something that would change immediately. I would also adjust pricing. Like, really, some of those products are just priced too high. Really, really, they are. There's some things that just need to be brought down in price. Also, I would get rid of old product. They've got product that's 2-year-old now on their website sitting there that they just raised the price on. It's just going to sit there. It's taking up space. Sell it. Maybe put it in an auction. I don't know. But sell it off. The last thing, and probably the most controversial thing, has nothing to do with commemoratives or proof sets. I would get rid of the penny, or the cent, as some of you are fond of saying. I would get rid of it. There is no reason why the US Mint produces a coin that costs double to produce what it's worth. And you're getting pretty close to getting rid of the nickel too, because I think the nickel costs them more than 5 cents to produce at this point. But the penny, it's not just that it costs more to produce. I mean, it's a product that they're putting out there that people use, right? Do they use them? No, they don't. And that's why I'd get rid of it, because really, really, we can go down to rounding to the nearest nickel. That's just one man's opinion. Go ahead and get out your pitchforks and your torches. So if you ran the mint, what's your one change that you guys would make right now? Changes in the air. It's an opportunity. And let me know what you think. I'm Ben the Coin Geek. You can subscribe by clicking on the button in the corner, watch more videos on the right side of the screen, and leave your comments down below. Thanks.